Welcome to WWE Attitude Years 2000, where Triple H buried everyone, The Rock roasted everything, and Vince McMahon was out here beefing with his kids. TLC got brutal. The Radicals bailed on WCW, and nothing made sense, but we loved every second. Hop into our time machine, and let's get uncensored.
What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, The Hot Commodity, and C, joined by my own personal hot commodity, the Smokin' Aunt B. Wasn't that what your new name is?
Yeah,
I like that.
Me.
That's your kind of. And today we're jumping into our time machine to travel back to Y2K. We've survived it. We're almost at the end of 2000. So we're covering WWF SmackDown. But before we do, there were some notable events that happened on the date of December 14th, 2000. So I want to jump into those, what would you call that? Those matters. So Al Gore officially conceded to George Bush. He did lose the election on Monday. The Supreme Court voted. And then Thursday he calls and he says, you know what, Bush? You fucking won. So after months of recounting, I don't know if it was months, but like a month of recount, finally Gore said, you know what? I lost. So that happened. The Chernobyl nuclear power plant's third reactor shut down, marking the complete shutdown of the whole power plant. There was like the first reactor exploded, I think, in the 80s, and there's a whole Netflix series it's an HBO series called Chernobyl, if you want to learn more about that. But it basically, the power plant exploded, causing all this nuclear gas in, I think, Ukraine or Russia.
Oh, okay.
And all the people there got sick, and I think it's abandoned now, but it officially closed on this day. And this is fun. I was looking up on Google Facts, and this actually takes place from actually where you and I are from. New Haven, Connecticut. The town has decided to abandon the mall development project after about 5 years. I guess they were planning on building a mall in New Haven, and they decided not to. I didn't ever hear about that. I was too young. Did you know about that?
Yeah, I heard about it.
What were they like? Where was it going to be?
I think downtown.
Okay, but wasn't there already a mall downtown?
Years ago, there was a Chapel Square Mall. That's the
Then it
building
shut
that
down.
Wild Wings was in. That whole building was a mall.
And then they closed it, and then in 2000 they were talking, and then how did that?
I don't know. They were going to put another mall, but I don't know, somewhere like right downtown.
New Haven is full of addicts and drunk people.
They also just stopped the project. They were going to do the new boardwalk in West Haven, and they were going to make it like shops on it and everything.
Did they stop that now?
Mm-hmm.
Today,
people, not today, but
it's been talked about.
Year.
Okay.
And the sad thing is,
they lost their homes and everything, right?
All these people lost their homes and they tore them down.
Well, because there's a thing
to make room for
in
this
the government
and now
where they can. I forgot the name of it, but they can
it's called it's government. If the government can take
eminent domain or something.
Yes, that's exactly it.
They take the property and then they say we're gonna make it, which a lot of people don't know about. Like they can literally come to your house and be like, hey, listen, we need to use this for.
And the messed up thing is they only have to give you the minimum property value.
Mm-hmm. Fuck that, man. West Haven was going to, for years, they were talking about putting something there because they closed everything down.
They used to have an
Was it supposed to be by where Halleck's was?
Yeah.
Is that where it was? I used to go to the park across the street from Halleck's, that ghetto park with the one like swing set.
Yeah.
I'd be on that shit. Anyways, so that's sort of what happened in December 14, 2000. But let's talk about SmackDown. It was live in Little Rock, Arkansas. And Stephanie McMahon-Helmsley goes up to Commissioner Foley to start SmackDown, and she tells him that Linda has been very sick since the divorce announcement, and she asks Mick Foley to stop, lay it easy on her dad because it's having a bad effect on her mom because Vince will take stuff out on Linda. And Mick says, out of respect for your mother, I'll try to lay up on Vince. So Stephanie is really pushing the fact that Linda's not doing good, and we'll see more of this trickle down during the episode. Our first match of the night, the Dudley Boyz are taking on the tag team champions Edge and Christian in a non-title match. Devon lands a neck breaker to Christian for a 2 count. The Dudleys land a 3D to Christian, but Edge hits Bubba Ray Dudley in the back with a WWF Championship belt, allowing Christian to pin Bubba, and Edge and Christian get the victory over the Dudleys. These fucking cheaters. This was a non-title match, so I don't understand why Edge and Christian felt the need to really win this and cheat to win. But what do they say?
Well,
the
they're
winner's
Edge and
purse.
Christian.
So,
Yeah.
but what did you think of this? I popped. I mean, it was okay seeing these teams, but nothing new really.
It was good. It was basic.
Yeah. WWF champion Kurt Angle comes out. Angle says, "I thought after everything I went through in Hell in a Cell, I would have all of you people's respects. I am justified in wanting to see Mick Foley resign. How many more people need to get hurt before he leaves? Mick Foley, you're a hungry, horrible hypocrite." And then Mick Foley comes out. Foley says, "You know, Kurt, I always found you amusing, but tonight I want you to shut your damn mouth. Once upon a time, people loved Kurt Angle, but I just realized you are a whining, backstabbing crybaby. Triple H was not hurt by the Hell in a Cell, but an accumulation of injuries. Rikishi would not have been injured if Vince McMahon did not come out with that truck and pull off the cage door. If I resigned, I'd be rewarding Vince McMahon's bad behavior." And then European champion William Regal comes out, and Regal says, "Michael Foley, you're in need of a serious dose of reality. When Stone Cold Steve Austin stunned me on Raw, you sat on your fat bum and ate turkey. You let hooligans run rampant." And then Mick says, "I love this business, but you know what I'm going to do?" He books William Regal and Kurt Angle in a tag match against The Rock and Stone Cold for later. I don't know how I feel about this. Like, everyone wants Mick Foley to resign. I get it. The heels don't like him. But they really have no power or control. So it's like kind of dumb that they're fucking with him.
And it's just the heels. I mean, the fans all want him to stay.
Yeah, but it's like dumb. But what do you think about this?
I think it's dumb too because he's really not responsible. I mean, all these guys were running in on each other's matches and really like fucking each other up for months and months and months. And he just brought it together and kind of tried to end it. So yeah. I think if anything, he was trying to fix the situation.
He made some good points there. Vince McMahon's backstage on the phone, and whoever it is he's talking on the other line, he tells them to deliver the letters personally to Linda at home. Stephanie comes in wanting to talk about
papers.
Steph wants to talk about Linda, but Vince kicks her out. We then have women's champion Ivory defending against Lita. Before Ivory fights, she comes out on the microphone and she trashes how Lita dresses. And Ivory says, "Just like China, you brought this upon yourself. After I beat you, I'm hoping you will change your ways. Otherwise, I'll have to beat it out of you." Lita lands a clothesline and a DDT. Malenko comes out. Lita hits a flying crossbody to Ivory. And then Lita dives on to Dina on the floor. And with that distraction, Ivory lands a back suplex, defeating Lita. And damn that fucking Malenko.
I think we need Terry and Ivory versus China and Lita.
Okay, and make the women fight. This match is like 2 minutes. There's really not much to talk about, but Ivory's still shit talking China after that spike pile driver.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get China and Ivory.
We'll see. Stephanie's talking to Vince backstage, and she tells him that Linda's really sick. She's lost so much weight. Vince, like, she could stand to lose some weight. Stephanie says she was motionless in bed, and Vince is like, "My wife in bed motionless? That rings a bell." Ooh. And then Stephanie says, "Sometimes you're disgusting," and leaves. So Vince is really hard, like fucking coming in hard on Linda tonight, man. If the United States government wanted to fuck with her, just play all of this.
Yeah.
Go to the next session, the hearing sessions, and just play Vince.
Oh, they brought stuff up.
I know
about her story.
This is like he's like going like he's like, "She married me for money. She's a whore. She doesn't have sex with me." Like, terrible. Yeah. God, her opponents would
who would have sex with Vince?
Clearly, Janelle Graham.
Wow.
Or
she was getting paid for it.
All right. Next, we have Val Venis
and she wanted it.
Yep, Val Venis with women's champion Ivory versus Billy Gunn. Billy tosses Val into the ring steps and drops Val across the railing, and then hits Val Venis with the women's championship. Clearly, Billy Gunn wants revenge for Val and Ivory's attack on China, and he didn't give a fuck about winning. He laid out Val with the title, so Val wins by DQ. What'd you think?
Yeah, I don't think Billy Gunn's going to get the title back, but I hope he gets a few good slams in on Val Venis.
Yeah, fuck Val and fuck Ivory. It's not our fault you two are freaks and never had sex.
Yeah.
Except for Val, he sure did. Stephanie tells Vince he needs to come home to Linda, and Vince still doesn't listen, so she's like, I'll call him out to the ring, which she does. Stephanie comes to the ring. She says, Dad, I think it's sad we have to air all of our personal business in public, but since you won't talk to me backstage, come on out here. So Vince, Pat Patterson, and Gerald Briscoe come out. Stephanie says, I tried talking to you in the back. Last week you asked Mom for a divorce. Why? Mom loves you. She's a good woman. Think about your marriage. Please reconsider. Vince says, let me give you a history lesson about your mother. She lived in the poor section of town and never lived up to the McMahon family name. I was attracted to her, but she had a certain reputation. She was a good time girl. On our first date...
Yeah, Linda McMahon.
He says, on our first date, we had a good time in the backseat of her Chevy Impala. She doesn't love me. She loves my money, the mansions, the sports car, the airplanes. She loves the good life. And you are just like your mother. You are two spoiled, rotten bitches. Now get out of my life. After this divorce is final, tell your mother that there is going to be a voluptuous new Mrs. McMahon who will be about your age. So, man, does this all come true, man? Vince is like calling out the future, man. Damn, he just called his daughter a spoiled, rotten bitch, and Stephanie leaves crying. Linda is gonna have a fucking conniption. Vince is like losing his mind. What do you think?
Yeah, he's definitely losing his mind. And what I wonder is, what is Triple H gonna do when he's around?
Well, I mean, he's not much better. He probably beat Stephanie too.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stephanie knows Stephanie fucking.
Yeah, no, Stephanie wears the dick in that
does.
fucking relationship. But I wonder if he's gonna step in and defend his wife, or if he's gonna, bow down to the king.
Rotten bitch. We have The Undertaker destroying Raven in a hardcore match. Mick Foley wants to get revenge on Raven for sending Al Snow to the hospital on Raw. Undertaker hits a last right to Raven through the announce desk and gets the quick win. Sort of dumb use of The Undertaker for SmackDown, but right now the pay-per-view is a couple weeks away, so they have to put him in some kind of role. But what'd you think? I like the hardcore aspect of it.
Yeah, I thought it was different. We haven't really seen The Undertaker in many hardcore matches, and I like that it was kind of a, what do you call it, a one match, when they like just
no holds barred.
No, when you like crush somebody.
Oh,
like a.
Oh gosh,
I know, I can't think of the word.
Nope, I have a squash.
Oh yeah, it was
squash.
Kind of a squash match. And it kind of should have been, because it's The Undertaker in a hardcore match against, I mean, yeah, I know he was like really good in ECW and everything, but as far as we know, he kind of sucks. So
the Hardy Boyz take on Perry Saturn and Intercontinental Champion Chris Benoit with Terry, and this is a quick match, like blink if you missed it. Jeff Hardy rolls up Benoit to pin the Intercontinental Champion. Does Jeff Hardy deserve an Intercontinental title shot now?
I think so.
Fuck Chris Benoit. Really nothing to talk about here. Basic match, just more. It's like Jeff Hardy might get a title shot. You pin the champion. You should.
Yeah.
Mick Foley calls Vince McMahon garbage backstage to his face for everything he said to Stephanie and Linda. Light heavyweight champion Dean Malenko comes out. Dean says, my lips touched yours, Lita, and it must have felt like a lifetime. You and I know these lips are for one person, so sorry, ladies. And then Chris Jericho comes out and mocks Dean Malenko. And we have Dean versus Chris Jericho now. Eddie Guerrero comes out. Jericho lands a tornado DDT, and Eddie distracts the ref. Jericho lays out Eddie and lands a power bomb, but Eddie punches Jericho, allowing Dean Malenko to get the pinfall. After Eddie continues to attack Jericho, but Jericho applies the Walls of Jericho on Eddie Guerrero. Yeah. Fuck Eddie. What the fuck? Why are you attacking Chris Jericho? I mean, he's a part of the Radicals, so I get he wants to support his friend, but...
Yeah, but I think the Radicals is old news. I don't get why they're coming back together. It's stupid.
I don't like it either, but I do like Chris Jericho, and I hope Lita fucks up Dean Malenko.
Yeah, me too.
Our main event, WWF Champion Kurt Angle and WWF European Champion William Regal taking on the team of The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. But Kane actually comes out and is in the corner of William Regal and Kurt Angle. Early on in the match, Austin rams Regal and Angle's heads together. Kane pulls The Rock to the floor and drops The Rock across the railing. Rock applies a sharpshooter Kurt Angle, but Regal attacks The Rock. Austin goes after Kane on the floor. Austin lands a stunner to Regal. Kane goes to chokeslam Austin, but Austin sends Kane to the floor, and Austin lands a second stunner to Regal to get the win for him and The Rock. Good stuff here. I didn't understand why Kane was getting involved in this.
I was just going to say, they kind of like throw Kane around.
Yeah. Like Kane's
like,
he was mad at Jericho because he was hot, and now he's going after The Rock for what?
Yeah. Like, and why would he ever stick up for Kurt Angle? Like,
makes no
and
sense.
Kurt Angle just had a thing with the Undertaker, so like really doesn't.
Well, we know that Kane's a bad guy, so maybe it's just a bad guy to have numbers, I guess.
Yeah, but they don't have a common goal or enemy really. So
our final segment sees Shane McMahon calling Vince McMahon on the phone with an emergency. Vince says he's going to take the private plane home, and he tells the attendant in the room Linda was rushed to the hospital. Vince then looks at himself in the mirror and gives the most like evil smile I've seen. Vince is like, yo, I'm gonna live.
Winning.
He is winning. He's getting rid of Linda, and now she's hospitalized. This is terrible. Like, if you think Vince is a good guy, wait till you find out. You just divorced your wife. You call her a whore. You say that you're gonna find a better wife.
He
younger.
says the next Mrs. McMahon is Stephanie's age.
Stephanie's age. And then you smile when she gets hospitalized. No wonder why these two have a terrible relationship.
It's terrible.
But
justice for Linda.
This is the end of SmackDown.
But I'm pretty sure Linda cheated on Vince with Donald Trump.
Probably. I mean, she should at this point. Which one's dumber? Good episode of SmackDown. A lot happened. It focused a lot on the Linda McMahon, Vince McMahon thing going on here.
I think Vince has more money than Donald Trump.
What was your pop of the night, botch of the night, and attitude moment of the night? What was your biggest pop? What did you like the most? I like Vince calling Stephanie a bitch.
That was good. That the whole Vince, Linda, and Stephanie thing was like very attitude. I liked seeing The Rock and Austin team up together, and also the Undertaker match.
Okay, and your botch. What was your botch of the night? Anything Radicals related, maybe?
Yeah, and like Kane teaming up with them. That was dumb.
And your favorite attitude moment of the night?
Vince's smile at the end.
Yeah, I was going to say that too, because that's such an attitude thing. Classic Vince McMahon. Such an asshole. Well, we've covered this episode of SmackDown. We've got, I think, maybe one more or two more episodes of 2000 from Raw and SmackDown. Then we'll be giving you our year in review. Talking about our favorite moments from 2000. Royal Rumble is coming up, 2001. So make sure you subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.